What is going on, guys? Welcome back to Mets Central's Mets Fan Reaction Game 129, where the New York Mets get absolutely destroyed by the San Diego Padres tonight by a score of 7-0. Before we get into the post-game recap, make sure you guys leave a like and subscribe. We greatly appreciate you guys supporting the channel, and we want to keep you guys content throughout the rest of the regular season. Also, make sure remember to turn on post notifications as well to let you know anytime we upload a video or go live on the channel. But yeah, let's get into the actual post-game recap. Gonna be honest, not much to recap in this game, and this post game show is probably gonna be very short because flat and simple, like I said in the intro, Mets got dominated. I mean, it was just a total polar opposite of what both teams did today because Paul Blackburn got the start for the Mets and he just got absolutely shelled. But meanwhile, on the Padres side, Joe Musgrove started and he absolutely carved up the Mets. It was basically a carbon copy of what happened in Game 3 of the 2022 wild card. So I guess we can kind of put the Vaseline here to bed as to why the Mets didn't hit the night because it's clear that Joe Musgrove just has their number. But I mean, yeah, like listen, like we compare both box scores and both pitching lines of what each pitcher did. Paul Blackburn, 2 and a third inning, 10 hits, 5 runs, 0 walks, 1 strikeout, 2 home runs allowed. Then you take a look at Joe Musgrove's line: 7 innings pitched, 1 hit, no runs, 0 walks, 9 strikeouts. Yeah, Musgrove just dominated. And going back to the Paul Blackburn game, I mean, obviously he left this game in the fourth inning after David Peralta got a hit and the ball hit him on the right hand, his pitching hand. So he came out of the game, and we got an update during the game, and it said that he had a contusion on his right hand. So obviously he came out of the game, and most likely he's going to miss his next start. We don't know if he'll miss any more after that, but we pretty much know that he's going to miss his next start. That's guaranteed. Now the Mets got some options now, and the one guy that I want to see the Mets throw out there and bring up for the next start is Brandon Sproat, because I think this is one of their next big pitching prospects, and you got to see what you have in Brandon Sproat. Listen, it's late in the season, you still have a chance for a playoff spot. Throw the kid out there. Let's see what he has. Maybe listen. Maybe he might surprise us. Maybe he might start next game really good, and maybe he's a guy that you just keep in the rotation for the rest of the year. But listen, all I know one thing is that I much rather see Brandon Sproat up here and see what he has over a guy like Tyler McGill or a guy like Joey Lucchesi, because we know what those guys are. We know what those guys are. Those guys are barely fifth pitchers, minor league pitchers at best. Like I don't want to see those guys anymore up here. Give me something that we haven't seen before. Give me a guy like Brandon Sproat. Let's test the kid. Let's see what he has. But yeah, just going back to Blackburn. I mean, he was just awful tonight. Awful. Now listen, I'm not gonna. Here's my thing with Paul Blackburn, right? Obviously, we've all mentioned that we all talked about how the Mets should have gone out and gotten a big time ace at the deadline, like a Snell or a Tariq Skubal. They didn't. They settled on Paul Blackburn as the only starting pitcher addition at the deadline. And look, here's my thing about Paul Blackburn. Look, I'm not gonna hold him to the standard of, oh, like, he has to go out there and every time he's out there he has to dominate. No, because listen, he is a fifth starting pitcher at the end of the day, right? So he's gonna have these starts where he just gets gets destroyed. Listen, it happens. Like, I'm pretty sure so far he's I think this was a 6 game pitch today for the Mets, and he's had four good starts and 2 bad starts. Obviously, this one tonight and the one against the A's in that series opener. So I mean, look, if you're looking at it from a fifth starter's perspective, if your fifth starter is going out there every six starts and he's giving you four good outings and 2 bad outings, listen, you take that every day. It's very similar to what we saw with Carlos Carrasco in 2022, where you saw some games that Carlos Carrasco pitched in 2022 and he looked really good. There were some games that he went 7 innings, barely gave up any runs, limited the hits, limited the walks, and you're like, okay, that was a very good start. But then we saw some starts from Carlos Carrasco where he just got absolutely dominated and it looked like he never pitched in Major League Baseball. So, I mean, look, for a fifth starter, it happens. But this is why, as a fifth starter and a guy that you're not really expecting a lot from him, this is why you have to hide him and try to protect him, because listen, he came up against a strong and dynamic Padres lineup. He got shelled. But when you match him up against a bad batting order like the Rockies, like the Angels, he can get you some quality outs. And look, he even did it last start before this one against the Marlins. The Marlins are not a great team, not a great batting order, but he was able to go 6 innings and he gave you a strong outing. That's just look, and like I said, this is not me excusing Paul Blackburn tonight because the guy was he was horrible. I mean, he was horrible. I mean, like I said before, the pitching line speaks for itself. If you go 2 and a third inning and you're giving up 10 hits and give up 5 runs, and also like he gave up 2 home runs, one to Luis Ariz, who's a notorious hitter, single hitter, and he gave up another home run to Kyle Higashioka. I mean, listen, at the end of the day, I don't know which one is worse, giving up not even Luis Ariz, because it's like, okay, fine, he's a good pitcher, but I mean, seriously, what is worse? Jose Quintana giving up a home run to James McCann, or Paul Blackburn giving up a home run to Kyle Higashioka? Both two hitters that, or both two catchers that can't hit for shit, and they managed to hit home runs against the Mets. But yeah, look, it was a tough outing for the Mets today. And even like you say, okay, Blackburn, he didn't have it, but even I mean, look at the offense. This whole game, the Mets batting order was able to muster up 2 hits, and both were doubles. In the fifth inning was Marte, and then the ninth inning was Francisco Lindor. So the offense didn't have it today, and you saw right from the get go because Joe Musgrove was just cooking the lineup, strikeout looking after strikeout. I mean, he just had his stuff tonight, Joe Musgrove. So credit to him because he was incredible. But you got to look at that Mets batting order and say, like, you got to do a whole lot better than this. But look, it's a 1-1 series now. He's still got 2 more games to go. Obviously, tomorrow, 8:40 p.m. start time. David Peterson on the mound against Michael King. You hope to win that game because you take a look at the fourth game after that. It's Jose Quintana on the mound versus Perez. And look, I don't trust Quintana at all. I said I don't want to see him pitch again for the Mets. So I'm already basically labeling that game as a loss. So hopefully tomorrow they can go in there and win the game tomorrow with David Peterson. Because look, even like I said before the series started, get a split. Get a split, and then we'll move on to Arizona. But just get the win tomorrow, and then we'll go on from there. But yeah, there's pretty much nothing else to talk about with this game because Padres dominated and the Mets just didn't have it. But at least the Mets didn't get a perfect game thrown against them or a no hitter. At least that happened. So they saved some face tonight. But anyway, guys, that was the post game recap. Hope you guys liked and enjoyed the video. Like I said before, like and subscribe and turn on post notifications as well to let you know anytime we upload a video or live on the channel. But yeah, that's gonna be it tonight. See you guys tomorrow on the post game recap. I'm pretty sure Evan's back tomorrow, so you'll start to see him again on post game recaps. But yeah, that's gonna be it. Hope you guys enjoyed. Peace out, baby. Let's go, Mets.